What's up, guys? So today I'm gonna show you how to do a replacement for the Audioengine HD6 amp. The speakers has been with me for a good part of 9 years, maybe 10, and the amplifier has sort of gone bad. On this side of the speaker, which is the left side, I'm only able to hear about 30% of the output. My other speaker, which is not shown in this video, is able to have an output of 100%. So I tried things like adjusting the equalizer, and I ultimately had to contact Audioengine. Kudos to them because they were able to diagnose the issue as potentially a broken amp. So I went ahead and ordered a replacement amp, which just arrived. I also used the opportunity to purchase a new remote. Let me get this out. And if you can see, for those of you who have owned the HD6 previously, it's no longer made in cast aluminum block. It's now provided in what seems to be reinforced ABS plastic, really high quality feel. It does not feel plasticky at all. Buttons are pretty standard. Feels tactile and not as heavy as the previous controller. So this is that. In any case, today I am going to unbox this particular amplifier. Let's go. Just a quick one. Get this sorted. And should be good. Okay. So it comes sealed and what looks like to be a pretty good styrofoam packaging, which is supposed to protect the amplifier board from any shipping damage. So let's get this out here. It weighs, it's quite hefty, maybe 5 kilograms, 4.5 kilograms. So what I'll be doing today is I'll be taking out the old amplifier, as you can see over here, which comes with the connector, the RCA connectors, digital connectors, so on and so forth, and replacing it with the replacement amp. So it contains the same modules, if you can see through the plastic, and it should fit one for one. So let's get this out of the way. The reason why I'm working on the bed is because there is a volume control button, which I'll show you later, which recesses out from the face of the speaker. And so if I were to put it on a flat surface, it may not be recommended because you would probably damage the volume knob that sits at the front of the speaker. So should be 8 screws. This is a little tricky. So try not to damage the screw because we're reusing the screws. It's a flip head screw. Okay, looks. That should be the last screw. So it's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 screws. I'm pretty sure this doesn't need to be removed, but let's see. There we go. So the board itself is actually quite hefty. It's responsible for powering the not only the left speaker but also the right speaker. This would be what we consider as an active speaker. So gently, let me gently get this out of the way. Pretty sure I need to remove 2 cables. One located over here. One located over here, which has a push to release sort of mechanism. This is much easier to wriggle out. This, as you can see, it's secured by a really small retaining clip. Let me try to position the cam in a little for you. So there's this really small retaining clip. It's latching on onto the main board. So just right over here. Probably need to use a flathead screwdriver to gently pry out this retaining clip. Something like this, maybe. It's a flathead screwdriver. And there we go. So the trick is really to, you know, get the flathead screwdriver. We just wedge it slightly in here. And when you push a little, it actually tucks against the wire and it pops off the board. So there we have it. The old amp lasted me about 9 years, so a good part of 9 years on this HD6 by Audioengine. And I'm going to go ahead to install the new amp. Let's set this aside. Let's put this here. So the thing I like about Audioengine is that, you know, the support community and the support channels available, they are really not shy, or rather they do not, how should I put it? They don't ask you to, you know, buy a replacement device immediately. If it is your wish to sincerely want to, you know, repair this board with a little technical knowledge, a little bit and a little hands-on. As I'm doing myself today, you should be able to pretty easily swap the board in this manner. So the replacement board comes with a replacement knob handle over here, as you can see, right? But there's no issues with my knob handle today. So I'm probably going to take this out. And let me set this here for a bit. It doesn't go. I'm probably going to take the replacement volume knob out, as you can see right over here, and use my existing one that's already installed within this speaker casing. So just a moment. I think I probably would have to pry it out as well on this side. So there we have it. With a gentle bit of prying, you're able to dislodge this particular connector from the main board. As I mentioned earlier, there's nothing wrong with my speaker knob that is connected right at the front. So I'll probably be keeping this and reusing the old speaker volume knob controller plugin. So let's put this thing back together. It's a matter of two little clips that I need to plug in. The first one being the main power connector, and of course that one would be the speaker volume knob wire. So let's put this in first. There you go. It goes back with a nice and assuring click. We then follow up with this particular, looks like a banana plug looking like clip. I suppose this will be the one that the one that channels power to the passive speakers, or yeah, if you get what I mean, because it's without the power circuitry here, it's a passive speaker, right? So now, gently push this back in. Don't want to mess up anything. So, and pop it goes. There you go. So it doesn't look quite hefty, but it actually is a little heavier than it seems. I'm just gonna very quickly push the screws through, and we should be done. So see you in a minute. So back for the last two, I just wanted to highlight one thing, which is that the amp is sealed into the enclosure with a pretty good, let me see if I can show you on the old amp. It's a pretty good, like a foam adhesive insulator, right? So it's like a double-sided tape that's supposed to have noise insulating properties, I guess. And the only tricky part is you have to align to pierce through this particular foam backing before trying to sense your way around the original screws that was set into the enclosure. You should have pretty much very little trouble from here on out. So just to illustrate, just going slowly, guiding the screw into its original pilot hole that was driven into the board, and you should be good to go. So this is what it looks like, replacement board process. And the reason why, again, I think I mentioned earlier in the video, that I did not set this on a bench, but rather on my bed is because, let me show you, because of this little knob here. So you can actually put two, or maybe a item that allows you to, the speakers to be lifted slightly above whatever surface that you're working on, such that it offsets the pressure on this volume knot. As you can see, the volume knot doesn't sit flush. So if you put it on a table, with all that movement, you could probably push this thing apart, or this thing might get just ripped off or discolored. So that's not something we want, right? So you can put something like slightly raise the surface by putting something on it alongside the volume knob, which is over here, and you should be good to go. A bit shaky, but let's do with what we have. So as you can see, previously I went to get this speaker diagnosed. The technicians confirmed that there was a 30% sound difference between one of the speakers and the other. This being the left side had a 30% sound volume issue. Having it offset via equalizer, internal equalizer wouldn't work or doesn't work well. It doesn't sound loud as it used to be. And good folks over at Audioengine, provided me with a very simple diagnosis, which is to replace the amplifier. It comes together with all of the auxiliary input-output ports over here. So literally just change this particular board and you're good to go. That's all. So if you found this video helpful, give a like. If you don't like it, give a dislike. I'm good as well. Hope this helps somebody. Not put such a good speaker to waste, right? This is a good way to go about saving. Cheers. Goodbye for now.